One of the most important factors for women during their pregnancy and labour and postnatal is to know the people who are caring for them. And it is the community midwife who they will get to know, and they need to develop that relationship with the community midwife and her team.
We see them very early on, from the initial finding out they're pregnant and getting them booked into the services. They will do, we do everything for them. We arrange their scans and do all their bloods and everything like that. We'll see them continuously throughout their pregnancy. Unless there's complications, then we'll refer them on to the consultant, but usually they come back to us and see us throughout as well.
There's a good leaflet here that's all sort of lists all the things you shouldn't eat and talks about your Eat Well plate, so it's there in case you want to remind yourself of the wonderful Eat Well plates. Then another one which is all about cooking on a budget, so there's loads of tips there about how to cook healthily on a budget.
Oh, we've just started a really good course, a 4-week course for antenatal mums, and they're welcome to bring their partners along as well. We get lots of professionals to come in and talk to the parents, answer any questions. We've had breastfeeding, smoking cessation, we have the health visitor comes along, and we promote the Sure Start services as well for after baby's born, when baby's born.
That I feel as, you know, as a first-time mum, I can learn a lot from other parents because they've been through it before. Some of them, they know, they've experienced it, so it's quite. I think it's quite useful.
In terms of sort of calories, it's about 1,000 calories there, so it would be half of a woman's sort of daily calories. But the problem with sugar, you know, not only is it bad for our teeth, but it hasn't got anything that our body actually needs in it. So there's no vitamins, there's no minerals, there's nothing that you need. It's just extra calories that you really don't need.
Giving birth isn't easy. And I would like to say at this point that the bit that I do say to women is, you know, can you imagine pushing a space hopper through your vagina? That's never going to be easy, is it? That's not going to be pain-free.
Initially, it was pain beyond belief, and I can't even remember that pain now because it was just so painful. And I thought, how can anything be so painful? I didn't know what to do with myself. I couldn't sit down, I couldn't do anything. But then I got used to it. You just kind of get used to it, and that pain would have been the same if I'd been in hospital or at home anyway.
It's this bit that she wants you to massage because it pops out and you get a lot of pressure there.
We focus very, very much on the woman's own reserves and using her own endorphins and using active birth and TENS machines and Entonox and the birthing pool, and doing as much as she can herself at home with the help of her partner.
Lots of women think pain relief is popping a tablet or it's medical. It's not. It's all about mobilisation, which is why I'm sitting on our multi-track here. It helps women to keep mobile, it helps them to change position. That's another coping strategy that we provide.
The other thing we need to know is that your pelvis is shaped like a U-bend. And when a woman is on her back, that is the position she's pushing in, completely uphill. Now if I took her and turned her over onto all fours, does that not make complete and utter sense to everybody in this room?
The use of water is absolutely brilliant. It provides comfort, it provides buoyancy aid, it keeps women mobile off their back. It's amazing how well women cope just being surrounded by water, and it has no effect at all on the baby.
I always fancied the idea of a water birth. I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to have it at home, but because I had no complications, I didn't see why not. And they also said if need be, I could have a water birth in the hospital if there were any complications at the end. So I felt quite happy and confident with my decision.
Obviously there's always deviations from the norm, and intervention can, be necessary. But the benefits of the Juno Suite is that we are promoting normality. We keep everything very, very holistic in our approach. Lighting is always very low. We encourage music.
The music was great. I really recommend that to anyone, to make like a couple of discs or on your iPod or whatever of all the music that you really like, because that really helped. It helped with the breathing and everything.
If you choose not to have a home birth, then there is the option of birthing in a midwife-led unit, which could be standalone or it could be co-located to an obstetric unit, and women now have the choice of two. And they would go in and deliver in the midwife-led unit, a very homely environment. The third option, of course, is if there are any risk factors, either from previous pregnancies or in the first pregnancy, would be advisable to deliver within an obstetric unit, i.e. you would be under the care of an obstetrician, but predominantly the care would still be provided by your community midwife in conjunction with your own doctor.
Or you might feel that actually it's too scary for your first baby to be at home and you'd far rather be in hospital just in case. I suppose it depends on sort of how anxious you are as a person, but I'm quite anxious and I wanted to be in hospital, so the fact they told me that I needed to be in hospital wasn't really a problem.
There wasn't really any particular reason we chose here apart from the fact that it's obviously it's local to where we are.
I don't think I could personally cope with not having everything to hand.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't dream of having the baby at home. No.
Because I've not had any problems, I thought, well, actually, there's no reason why I should go into hospital.
People have different reasons for going into hospital or being at home, but for me, being at home, I can't think of anything better than after you've given birth, you're at home with your husband in your own bed and your own environment, and it was actually really good. At the time, the midwives were brilliant, so I felt as comfortable as one could feel in so much pain.
There is this misconception that we don't offer pain relief at midwife-led units, which we do. The only thing we can't offer is an epidural here because it puts all women into a high-risk category, plus it needs to be administered by an anaesthetist, which we don't have here. And women get a little bit scared, I think, that the fact that we don't have doctors at hand sitting in the office and things like that. But there, as we said before, there isn't any reason that a doctor should be needed if they're low risk at the beginning.
If you have to, you can go across in an ambulance, and your midwife stays with you the whole time, so you've got support the whole time, and then if you have to finish off at Colchester, then that's what you do.
We've had most of our antenatal checks here, and it just seemed a lot quieter and a bit more personal, really. And we've had a lot of good things from other people who have had their babies here as well, so that's what we decided.
If you feel comfortable with your midwife in Clacton, then stay there because they'll be there for you. And I think ultimately that is the right decision to make wherever you feel comfortable.
If you don't feel comfortable coming somewhere where there isn't a doctor and that you know that if anything does happen, you are ambulance, drive away. If you don't feel comfortable with that, then don't come here. But I felt comfortable that they would get me somewhere I needed to in good time. And because I had a good first delivery, I wasn't worried about the second one at all.
The main thing that is flagged up to me in my particular area in Thorpe-le-Soken is communication between all services, feeling confident that each person is telling them the same thing, that they're having continuity, that they are treated as an individual. What's in that?
So that's just the...
Before you make me hold it.
Oh no, it's just a transmitter. Goodness sake.
Can we just pause? Yeah. I'm sorry.
Sarge, let me tell you.
Harry would love this.